Well, I mean, the second you hear that voice.
In the beginning, there was Jack.
It is like the quintessential voice of house. You hear in the beginning.
There was Jack. And Jack had a groove.
And they will finish it for you.
What we were trying to do is just really come across with something that was gonna reach people, you know, something that included everybody, wouldn't wanna leave anybody or anything out.
But it kind of encapsulates everything that the scene is about.
I just said what I felt.
It was an iconic speech.
I just expressed what house music meant to me.
It was something that motivated us to get in the game. If it was to be a DJ, an artist, or just a house music fan.
I saw the effect that it had on people.
It feels so spiritual that it feels like a church kind of experience.
House music takes you over. It's a feeling. Man, it takes you to a place of euphoria.
Quite frankly, a lot of us always wondered who actually sang that song or who made that record.
I'm the personal manager for Chuck Roberts. He reached out to me and asked how he could be reintroduced into the house scene. I said, hey, look, the best way to relaunch would really be to do this with the chosen few. We're gonna get you on this picnic.
Wayne Williams founded the Chosen Few DJs in 1977. By 1980 or 1981, there were 5 of us in the crew. Wayne, Jesse Saunders, Tony Hatchett, myself, and then a little bit later, Andre Hatchett.
We all come up together in Chicago, looked up to all of those guys, and at that particular time, I was doing my thing, traveling really heavy in Europe, making records, and just really doing a lot of things to push my name forward, not just in Chicago, but across the world.
We decided, I think in 2005, to add the legendary Terry Hunter to our crew. He was the first new Chosen Few member, like I said, in more than 20 years. And then since then, Mike Dunn has joined our crew. We're in our 28th year of having the Chosen Few picnics. We actually started in 1990 with a reunion. We had an idea of just sort of having a party where we get all the folks together from the early house music days. So we started really a little picnic in the park. Literally 20 or 30, 40 of our friends. By word of mouth, little by little, a miracle happened. And that little picnic just grew from 30 people to 300 people, to 3,000 people, to 30,000 or so today.
Hello, Chicago. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Michelle and I are sorry we can't be home with all the house heads in Jackson Park today.
I think a lot of people who have not been can't quite fathom how important it is. You know, Chosen Few is special. It is the biggest in the US for sure, in the city of Chicago, in the birthplace, to have everybody just in one place, jamming to all these records that we've all loved for such a long time.
Aaron reached out to me at a party that I was doing right before the picnic in Chicago.
Terry Hunter was playing at a club. I said, okay, this would be a good place to try to connect.
Yo, Terry, what's going on, man? I got an artist by the name of Chuck Roberts, man. He really wants to work with you. Let's exchange numbers, the whole 9.
We made that connection through Chuck's lawyer and met Aaron Burks, who was managing Chuck and still co-manages Chuck with us now.
I get a call from Wayne Williams. So we understand, you know, Chuck Roberts, you manage him, such and such. Yes, we'd like to, you know, have you come perform.
And so Aaron came up to me and was like, yo, here's my artist, Chuck Roberts. Right behind our stage at the picnic, we have some VIP tents in there. So we stepped off in the back into the tent. You know, Aaron's like, oh, this is Chuck. I was telling you about Chuck, man. He definitely wants to get out with you, work with you, blah, blah, blah. So I looked at Chuck and I was like, yeah, man. I said, so you still think you got it? He was like, yeah, you want to hear something? I'm like, yeah. And so he opens up his mouth. In the beginning, there was Jack. Him. So at that point, I know my expressions was like, you didn't know who he was. And I kind of started laughing like, man, I'm gonna keep it real. I thought you was somebody else. And man, I'm sorry. Like, so immediately my brain is just moving. I'm flipping like, I'm finna put you on stage. I'm telling you right now, if you go up before I start DJing, we're gonna change the game. The world is finna come to you. Do you know how long I've been looking for you? You gotta promise me that I can produce the 2017-18 version of My House in the beginning. He was like, man, no doubt. We go up on the stage. Right before I got on, Alan was ending his set. And I didn't say anything to nobody. Chuck went on the stage and opened up.
And the next thing I heard was,
In the beginning, there was Jack, and Jack had a groove. And from this groove came the grooves of all grooves.
For me, the moment that Chuck took the stage at Chosen Few in 2017 was just magical.
When he took that stage and the crowd reacted like I knew they would, I mean, it was just something special.
I really didn't even look up. I was just thinking that, you know, oh, Terry's starting with the In the Beginning record. Okay, that's dope. All right.
All you hear were people screaming, going crazy. Because people, A, thought I was playing the record. Then the second wave of his speech, people realized that that was actually him.
And I literally, it took me about 30 seconds or a minute before I turned around and I realized that Chuck was actually performing live on the stage because it sounded exactly like the record.
I think everybody who heard him and was there felt something, like felt a shift, that something important was happening.
I mean, everybody was just in awe. I mean, just to see that was like, it was surreal. It was surreal.
And I think that's when the whole picnic started freaking out. And when Chuck got to the end words of that speech, you heard 30,000, 40,000 people go, and this is fresh.
And it was just an amazing moment.
Every hair on my body was standing up. And I was like, boy, we got us one. I knew at that point we were making history. After the picnic was over, we all was in awe of how the people received Chuck's performances. We talked and was like, listen, let's figure out how to work on this record.
Get a phone call from Terry Hunter. Hey, Aaron, Chuck has set the world on fire. Like, the internet's going crazy. His performance went viral. Man, this is gonna be huge. We're gonna do some big things.
I was like, guys, trust me. Because the inspiration was so heavy with me doing that track, I knew it would work. So we went in, cut Chuck the vocals, and I'm sitting in front of my computer, geeking like totally out, like, I got this dude in my crib and we cut this song, like I can't believe it.
The new record is really exciting. I mean, it's the core of the original record, it's the speech, it's the legendary, everything about the original record that made it special, but you know, Terry's helped bring it up to date.
There's been a lot of mixes done using this vocal, but none compares to what Terry did.
Monique does her thing on the record.
Like, Monique is a beast when it comes to writing and singing and performing, so.
The new record, I added my little, you know, my thing on top of what Chuck was doing, which again, as I said, it really is an honor to be associated with a record that's that iconic.
And so when we laid it, it came out crazy.
Melodically, what Terry has done, you know, with the track, it's brand new. It definitely is, but it still has that vocal that just, it takes everybody to church.
We're really excited that Ultra recognized sort of the value in this record and what it means to not just the house music community, but the dance music community worldwide.
So many people liken house parties to like a religious kind of, you know, spiritual experience, and that record takes it to that place.
Wayne gets on the phone, calls me and was like, yo, Monique gave me a call, she's looking for management and she wants me to kind of represent her. And so he was like, yo, what you think? And so immediately, I believe we got on the phone with Alan after that. We was like, we really need to start a management team because Wayne has his situation and where he's been so effective of running RCA and being a VP of A&R for RCA Records and Jive Records for so many years, and also Alan being an attorney, but also a DJ, and just have an overall great ear for music for all of those years. And then what my experience bringing from traveling all over the world as a DJ and being a producer and remixer, we decided to form Chosen Few Artist Management.
To be a part of the Chosen Few family is definitely, it's an honor. These guys have been out here doing this for so long and are so respected, not just for the picnic, but just what they do as individual DJs.
And then in between all of that, we was like, hey, we got Chuck Roberts over here.
It was a surreal situation because we really wanted to hook up with these guys.
I get a call from Wayne Williams. He says, Aaron, you know what? This is like a match made in heaven. Let's do this. Let's work out. We want to partner up with you and Chuck. We got some big things lined up. We know that we can make happen. Let's do it. It feels right.
That was like a dream come true, especially if you relate it to house music or dance music. These guys got the biggest situation in the US of A. And anybody that does house music or dance music want to be involved with these guys because it's like they are the creme de la creme of this music.
Hooking up with the right people can save you years. And that's what this partnership has done. It has saved us time.
Because as soon as I linked up with these guys, it's kind of like these guys jump-started everything. They had the boost that I needed to make things manifest like I always thought that they should.
From this one event, Chuck was able to get a record deal out of it. He was able to open up an Amsterdam dance event, which is the premier dance event in the world. He's got commercials coming, he's got endorsements coming, new record, hit record coming out.
It's an honor for me to have my name, you know, part of the Chosen Few family is wonderful.
Getting to them was no easy task because everybody wanted to be with these guys. So in 2017, we were blessed, man, that they considered, you know, taking us on. And again, from that point to this point, it's just been like nonstop, man. It's been like a surreal situation.
That all came together, and we signed Monique and we signed Chuck, and that's how the Chosen Few Artist Management was created.
When you can help someone achieve their dream, it's a feeling like no other.
And there's just nothing big things coming in the future, definitely. Everybody here is on their grind and has always been, so I'm glad to be a part of it.
I wake up every day saying like, wow, this is really happening.